The 2013 report of the World Bank pegged sub-Saharan Africa's GDP at 4.7%, one of the best decades of growth since the 1960s. At the same time, many Africans are dissatisfied with this economic progress. As per the 2012 Afrobarometer data, 65% of the surveyed population consider economic conditions in their countries to be the same or worse than the years prior. Discussants at a forum at the World Bank's headquarters in Washington, D.C., pointed out that for many countries, the source of growth is primarily oil, gas, and mineral extractions, not labor-intensive sectors such as agriculture and manufacturing. Therefore, young people who have weaker links to the world of work than the general population are doubly disadvantaged.
If you employ someone in Zimbabwe and in a few other countries, it's extremely difficult to downsize, retrench, or let them go. It's nearly impossible, right, because of our labor laws. So this is something that we sort of have to reform. I'll give you an example. It costs me $5,000 a worker to retrench a worker in Zimbabwe. So if I have 100 workers, which I do at the moment, right, that's $500,000.
Concerns raised bordered on the fact that although the current generation of Africans entering the labor force is the most educated ever, their prospects for employment and earnings differ very little from those of their parents. However, access to funds is one of the challenges facing the youth who have entrepreneurial mindsets and in dire need of a startup capital.
We are looking in depth at the full range of options that there are. We have done a fairly path-breaking study looking at all the evidence across in Africa. Is it about specific things you do for kids in terms of skills, etc.? Or is it about the investment climate, the business climate, the environment, the economic environment where the kids work? It's a combination of those two things. And we certainly will be working closely with government in the coming periods to see what an optimal package should or might look like, and to take advantage of schemes that the government has put in place or has piloted before that show promise of working effectively.
Despite progress in many countries, most youth in Africa today will likely not have an easy or structured path to a sustainable livelihood, one of the core aspects of adulthood. From the deliberations, it was clear that the challenge of youth employment in Africa is not amenable to simple solutions, but rather reflects the challenges and the opportunities of the countries themselves in a globalized world. The key employment issue was that productivity and earnings are low, whilst the aspirations, especially of those of the youth, are high and perhaps higher than that of their parents. All stakeholders, governments, private and non-governmental training providers, and young people themselves have a role to play in supporting this transition. Rebekah Awuah, GBC 24, Washington, D.C.